These planes can carry your whole family above the clouds, land where jets can't, and some cost less than a flashy supercar. For families tired of airline chaos, these six-seaters offer freedom, speed, and private travel without the high prices typically associated with private jets. Piper Saratoga.
Speeds faster than most single-engine turboprops and performances that rival most.
And this is where most families quietly fall in love with private aviation. The Piper Saratoga isn't loud about it, but it doesn't need to be. This plane has been the gateway aircraft for generations of pilots who wanted more than weekend hops. It's not some dressed-up trainer or a glorified Cessna. This thing is a real cross-country machine that actually delivers on the promise of family travel. With a 300-horsepower Lycoming engine, the Saratoga cruises comfortably at around 175 miles per hour. That means a New York to Miami trip, something that usually consumes an entire travel day, shrinks down to roughly 4.5 hours, excluding security lines. What really matters, though, is the useful load. About 1,300 pounds. That's 6 adults with full fuel, or 4 adults plus real luggage, not just backpacks stuffed under seats. Prices sit between $200,000 and $400,000, with annual operating costs around $30,000 to $40,000. You're not just buying an airplane here. You're buying time, flexibility, and control over your schedule. Wait, you're watching right now but not subscribed to the channel. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button so we can move on with the video. You did? Okay, cool. Now back to the planes. Beechcraft Bonanza. Now this is where things start feeling premium. The Beechcraft Bonanza. A 36 has earned its nickname for a reason. The Cadillac of single-engine aircraft isn't just hype. Under the cowling sits a 300-horsepower Continental engine, pushing the Bonanza to cruise speeds right around 200 miles per hour. That extra speed changes how trips feel. You're not just flying. You're covering serious ground, smoothly and confidently. Step inside, and the difference is immediate. This is a true 6-seat cabin with club seating, not a compromise layout. Add the rear cargo door, and suddenly loading luggage, golf bags, or bulky gear stops being a wrestling match. The fit and finish feel more like a luxury vehicle than a utility aircraft. Everything feels solid, deliberate, and well thought out. Pricing usually falls between $300,000 and $600,000. Operating costs stay close to the Saratogas, but the Bonanza squeezes out a little more efficiency per mile. Cirrus SR. And this is where the conversation around safety completely changed. The Cirrus SR22 didn't just join general aviation, it rewrote the rules. This plane became famous for one reason above all else: the whole aircraft parachute system, known as CAPS. In a true emergency, you don't wrestle with impossible decisions. You pull a handle, and the entire aircraft floats back to Earth. That single feature has already saved hundreds of lives. And it's why so many families sleep better knowing an SR22 is in the hangar. Power comes from a 315 horsepower Continental engine, pushing the SR22 to cruise speeds around 185 miles per hour. Step up to the turbocharged version, and you're suddenly breaking past 200 miles per hour, cruising above weather that keeps other planes stuck down low. Trips feel calmer, smoother, and far more predictable. Inside, the cockpit feels like it came straight out of the future. Full glass displays, synthetic vision that shows terrain even in darkness, weather radar that lets you see trouble before it becomes trouble, and autopilot systems so advanced they can land the plane for you if something goes wrong. That's not marketing, it's real capability. New models run between $800,000 and $900,000, while older used versions start around $400,000. Not cheap, but for families prioritizing safety, technology, and peace of mind, the SR22 isn't just an airplane, it's reassurance at altitude. Would you trust a parachute over open ocean or mountains? Piper Meridian.
Inside, let's have a look at the interior. Even on the longest of trips, the Meridian cabin provides ample comfort for 4 grown adults. It's pressurized, air-conditioned, and you have room for all your bags in the rear.
And now things take a serious leap forward, because this is where piston engines step aside. The Piper Meridian is your entry ticket into the turboprop world. Under the nose sits a Pratt and Whitney PT6A engine producing 500 shaft horsepower, an engine with a reputation that borders on legendary. Turboprops don't cough awake like pistons. They start clean, run smoothly, and keep delivering power no matter how high you climb. That's why pilots trust them, and why families feel the difference. The Meridian cruises at around 260 miles per hour, while climbing all the way up to 30,000 feet. And here's the big shift: pressurization. No oxygen masks, no ear-popping climbs, no skirting around weather. Everyone rides comfortably while the plane slips above turbulence and storms. Range matters too, and the Meridian delivers more than 1,000 miles on full fuel. That opens up real trips, multi-state hops, coast-to-coast legs with a single stop, and schedules that actually stick. Prices land between $1.2 million and $2.5 million, depending on year and condition. Annual operating costs climb to about $70,000 to $90,000. But you're buying something different now. Jet-like reliability without jet-level complexity. With advanced avionics, a family-friendly cabin, and turbine confidence, the Meridian feels like the moment private aviation stops being a hobby and starts being a lifestyle. Daher TBM Series. And this is the moment where turboprops stop pretending they're not jets. The Daher TBM series sits at the absolute peak of single-engine turboprop performance, and it knows it. Built in France, the TBM feels more like a business jet that happens to have a propeller out front. Push it up to altitude, and it'll cruise at over 330 miles per hour at 31,000 feet, faster than plenty of light jets that cost more and do less. Trips that once felt ambitious suddenly become routine, and schedules stop being suggestions. Fuel burn sits around 60 gallons per hour, which sounds high until you realize you're covering nearly 6 miles every single minute. Time starts working in your favor. Long distances shrink fast, and family travel becomes something you plan around convenience, not compromise. Range stretches beyond 1,400 miles, meaning serious cross-country capability without constantly hunting for fuel stops. Add the high service ceiling and onboard weather radar, and this is an aircraft that actually shows up when weather tries to interfere. Delays become rare, not expected. A brand new TBM will set you back around $4.5 million, while early 2000s models can dip under $2 million. Operating costs land between $100,000 and $120,000 annually. Not cheap, but this is peak efficiency at extreme performance. At this level, the question isn't, can it do the trip? It's, how fast do you want to get there? Pilatus PC-12. And And now we arrive at what many pilots quietly call the endgame. The Pilatus PC-12 isn't just an airplane, it's the holy grail of family aviation. Swiss-built and famously over-engineered, the PC-12 is powered by a monstrous 1,200 shaft horsepower Pratt & Whitney PT-6A. That's more than double the power of the Meridian, and you feel it the moment the wheels leave the runway. Cruise settles around 280 miles per hour, but the real magic is everything else it can do. The cabin is a chameleon. One day, it's a 6-seat luxury cruiser. The next, an 8-seat commuter. Pull the seats, and it becomes a flying cargo truck. The flat floor and massive cargo door mean you can roll in motorcycles, bikes, or bulky gear without gymnastics. The range stretches past 1,800 miles, and here's the part that stuns people. It can operate from runways as short as 2,400 feet. That opens up thousands of airports jets can't touch, turning remote destinations into easy weekend plans. Pricing starts around $5.5 million new, with used examples north of $2 million. Operating costs hover near $150,000 annually. But Swiss reliability isn't a slogan, it's a reputation earned over decades. At this point, you're not buying transportation, you're buying capability without limits. Cessna TTX.
It was a great...
And this is where 2026 starts getting interesting. Because not every great 6-seater needs to be a turboprop to matter. Aircraft like the Cessna TTX, or an updated Cirrus model we're clearly heading toward, fit perfectly into this slot. Sleek, fast, and built for pilots who want modern performance without jumping into multi-million-dollar territory. These planes are all about balance. Expect turbocharged engines pushing cruise speeds between 180 and 200 miles per hour, which is more than enough to turn regional trips into quick hops. Seating usually works out to 4 adults plus luggage, or 6 if you travel light. But that flexibility is exactly the point. This is family travel without overkill. The cockpit is where these aircraft really shine. Full glass avionics, clean digital layouts, advanced autopilot systems, and safety tech that actively reduces workload instead of adding complexity. It feels modern in the way new cars do, intuitive, confident, and quietly capable. Used examples often slide in under $1 million, while newer builds land around $1.2 to $1.5 million. That price range hits a sweet spot for families who want speed, safety, and comfort without committing to turbine-level expenses. If 2026 delivers updates here, this category could become the smartest buy on the list. Would you go modern or go bigger? Mooney M20V. And then there's speed. Pure, unapologetic speed. The Mooney M20V. Acclaim Ultra has always played that game better than almost anyone. This is a high-performance piston aircraft built for pilots who care about efficiency as much as raw numbers. Turbocharged and sleek, the Acclaim Ultra regularly cruises between 200 and 220 miles per hour, which is wild when you consider it's still a piston airplane. Seating depends on how you configure it. Typically 4 adults comfortably, with the option to stretch toward 6 when weight allows. It's not about stuffing everyone in, it's about getting everyone there fast. Long legs, smooth lines, and a reputation for cutting through the air like a blade. Prices usually fall between $400,000 and Maintenance stays relatively manageable compared to turbines, and operational efficiency is where the Mooney really earns its keep. You go farther, faster, while burning less. For families who prioritize performance and don't want unnecessary complexity, this aircraft hits a rare sweet spot. So here's the real question. Would you sacrifice cabin space for bragging rights at cruise? Cessna Denali. And here's where things start feeling like the future showing up early. The Cessna Denali has been talked about, teased, and anticipated for years. And if it lands the way it's expected to, it instantly earns this spot. This is a single-engine turboprop built around the legendary PT-6A, an engine family pilots trust with their lives. Expect cruise speeds north of 300 miles per hour, which puts the Denali squarely in light jet territory, without the light jet headaches. Fast climbs, smooth power delivery, and performance that doesn't fade when the weather turns ugly. Inside, it's designed for families who want comfort without compromise. A pressurized 6-seat cabin, luxury finishes, and enough space that no one feels squeezed or rushed. This isn't just get there flying. This is to arrive calm, rested, and on schedule. Avionics will be fully modern. Glass cockpit, advanced autopilot, safety systems that actively reduce pilot workload, and tech designed to help you avoid problems before they even start. Everything about the Denali points toward confidence. Pricing is expected to be around $3 to $4 million new, with future used examples likely hovering near $2 million. That places it right between the TBM and PC-12 world, but with Cessna's backing and a focus on owner pilots. If it delivers on the promise, this could be the aircraft families talk about 10 years from now. Would you trust the future or stick with proven legends? Epic E1000GX. And finally, we reach the aircraft that doesn't really care about categories. The Epic E1000GX is built for people who want everything and aren't interested in excuses. This is a sleek, aggressive, high-speed machine that looks fast even sitting still. With cruise speeds around 325 miles per hour, it's knocking on jet territory, while keeping operating costs far lower than anything with swept wings. That balance is exactly why it turns heads. Seating is straightforward. 6 seats, no gimmicks. It's designed to move families fast, far, and efficiently. The range backs it up, too, making long cross-country trips feel less like commitments and more like decisions made over breakfast. Avionics are fully modern and unapologetically advanced. Big glass displays, intuitive layouts, safety systems that work quietly in the background, and fuel efficiency that actually makes sense for owners who fly often. This isn't about luxury for show. It's about performance that pays off every flight. New pricing starts north of $2 million, with used examples landing closer to $1.2 million. For what it delivers, that's a serious value proposition. At this level, you're not asking what the airplane can do. You're asking what can't it do? And the answer is, not much. Owning an aircraft isn't just about the purchase price. Hangars range from $500 a month in small cities to over $2,000 in major metros. Insurance typically runs 3 to 5% of the aircraft's value each year. Annual inspections cost between $10,000 and $30,000, and engine overhauls, every 1,500 to 2,000 hours, can run from $50,000 to $200,000. That said, for families flying more than 100 hours a year, ownership often beats chartering. and nothing matches the freedom of flying on your own schedule. These 10 aircraft show just how wide the private aviation world looks in 2026. From fast pistons to unstoppable turboprops, the right choice always comes down to mission, range, and budget. Pick wisely, plan smart, and family flying stops being a dream and starts becoming your normal.